Hi. Sorry, always catch me either eating or drinking, and sometimes both. Okay, so let's be honest. The X-Men movies really had a dark spot. They weren't all that great for a while. They had an uptick, and that's good. But it's very hard to erase the stench that was X3. Now, here's the thing to keep in mind to let you know where I'm coming from. Here's the appropriate ranking. X-Men First Class, X2. I, on any given day, will flip those two, so don't get mad at me and flame me in the comments. One of those. The Wolverine. That's right, put that one up there. The first X-Men movie, and then there's two more that don't exist. The less we say about Brett Ratner's best that was X3, or the utter abomination that was X-Men Origins Wolverine, also really stupid title. Once we talk about those, the better. Which brings us to tonight. Which brings us to what I just got out of, say, 20 minutes ago. X-Men Days of Future Past. Now, it's a long title. It's not really great for Google searches, but it's a nod to the comics of the same title. And here's the thing. If this is the list of all of them over here, the longer I watched that movie, the more I felt the desire to put it at the top. And I'm going to need to sit on it a little bit more just to make sure I'm not out of my gourd here. But the more I think about it, the more I just sit and I dwell and I just let it simmer and marinate, because my brain marinates. That's what I love to let it do, marinate, because food is good and steak, but that's a totally different conversation. The more I just sit here and think, I think this is the best one so far. And it blows my mind to say that because I was not expecting that. I was expecting a movie that entertained me, that was going to be one of the better ones. It has Bryan Singer back at the helm. You have a lot of the classic cast back. You have the new cast, which blew my mind in First Class in a great way. The movie had every sign of being just amazing, and it was. But it was so much more than that, and I did not expect that going. I didn't expect it to be so damn good. The fact is, Days of Future Past is a love letter to the X-Men franchise and an I'm sorry all at the same time. Because, see, yeah, the thing is, when you have a movie series that's been going on this long, when you have 5, 6 movies starting to pile up, and you have so much continuity to deal with, much like a real comic book, sometimes you just have to clean house. And Bryan Singer came in and said, okay, let's just forget some of the stuff that ever happened. Thank you, X-Men Jesus. Thank you. So yeah, the movie, and just to let you know, no spoilers, I'm not going into any of the big story beats. The less you know going in, the better. This movie's great for all the twists and turns and surprises, and trust me, they're there. Even if you've seen the trailers, there are things that you don't know that's going to happen, and it's so exciting because soon, maybe in the comments or something, we'll talk about it, and it'll be delicious and wonderful. But you're not there yet, so you don't get to know. So, point being, it is a love letter to the franchise in the sense that it gives you all of the happy things that you liked about the original set of movies. And when I say that, I specifically mean X1 and X2. Once again, that ones didn't happen. It gives you all those warm and fuzzies because guess what? Those are the ones directed by Bryan Singer. That's why those future beats in this movie feel a lot like those. Because it's the same guy, he has the same artistic vision, he has the same vibe, the same feel, and you feel it in this movie. When you flash forward into that dystopian, destroyed, oh my god, the world is ending future, it feels like those X-Men movies. It feels like, yes, this is the actual continuation of that story, and yes, it does have some ramifications of those really, really bad ones in there, but it feels like the old ones, and it felt like a comfort blanket to wrap that around me like, oh, yes, that's why I liked those movies. X3 for all that it was, left a really terrible stench and a really bad taste in a lot of fans' mouths. And it is amazing how well this movie just goes under the rug. We don't need to worry about that anymore. It's all gone. No need. And it's so great to have that feeling back. It's so great to see these characters that you saw get introduced in those films be utilized and used and scripted and directed in a way that makes sense and is true to the characters. So you have that, and that's fantastic. And then you have what really made First Class stand out, this fantastic period piece of young Professor X, young Magneto in the 70s, First Class in the 60s, and dealt with that time. This movie's in the 70s and deals with what's going on culturally at that point, some incredible touchstones that are happening. And it just gives the movie this wonderful vibe of just being different. We are so inundated with so much of the same that it's so nice to see, just like, yeah, this movie feels and has a totally different take on everything just because it's set in somewhere else, which is always so nice. Also, can I just be blunt for a second? Let's talk some secrets. Oh my God, James McAvoy's eyes. I don't even swing that way, but dear God, the man, every time he looks into the camera, I'm like, my heart flutters. So yeah, now that that's out of the way, more of him the better. He's a great actor to begin with. Nonetheless, everything in the past, from Nicholas Hoult in his portrayal as Beast, to Hugh Jackman just performing in spades as a Wolverine sent back from the future because comic books, like, it all makes sense and it works and it is delivered in such a way that you want to know what happens next. And I'm not going to say what happens at the end, but I want to. It is tantalizing to see where this could be going. It is so intriguing to see what the next step is. And guys, in the event you don't read the internet and don't follow Twitter, they've already said the next one's coming in 2016. So we got 2 years till the next X-Men movie, and they've already titled it too. Spoilers, it's called X-Men Apocalypse. I wonder what that's going to be about. It's probably Apocalypse. Wikipedia the guy. It's pretty cool. And so, I mean, without even going beyond that, so exciting to see where this is headed. Please, go see this movie. It's totally worth it, even if you're not the biggest fan. But even if you are, it's everything you want. It sweeps all of the shit under the rug, and it gives you exactly the good stuff that you remember. And man, it was good to see it again. I am so glad that Bryan Singer's back. I'm so glad that the vibe of the X-Men movies are back. I'm glad that the X-Men are back. Go see the movie. Trust me. I mean, why wouldn't you? Look at this face. Anyways, please, I won't ask you to subscribe. Who does that? It's sort of needy. But if you do want to comment, if you want to continue the conversation, please do so in the comments, whether here or on, if you saw this on Facebook or Twitter or whatever. Dialoguing is cool. That's how we all get smarter. It's how we all have a little fun. If you have an idea of something you want me to review that's not a movie, let me know. I'll try it. Once again, like I said, I have a bunch of stuff in the pipeline. And yeah, it's going to be probably stupid, but that's what I like doing. I like being a little bit dumb. So please, comment below, share, like, blah, 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 all that stuff. I don't care all that much. I do these more for me than anything else. So please, enjoy the rest of your night, folks, or day, or whenever you see this. I'm going to get back to gorging myself on this roll of crackers. Odds are it'll be gone in the next 5 minutes, because deep down, I'm a fat kid. So yeah, with that in mind, toodles.